So we'll have a chat to Matua Shane Jones very, very shortly. We're waiting on him. He will be like a Pōwaka Kuni Kuni, then it's just a pig in the muck. That's what he's going to be in New Plymouth. They're setting him up to lead the party, aren't they? They're setting him up to be the tub-thumping replacement for Winston, although no one replaces Winston. How dare... I mean, this may well get me censored. Get me censured. So, Shane will join us shortly. If you were at the meeting, give us a call. Let us know what he said, what's been announced. 0800 332 283. Jones has heavily promoted this speech as well. I mean, this is an area, and if you're in New Plymouth, what's the town like now? How is New Plymouth? Because it is off that beaten track, isn't it? It's not something you go through. And so you've lost the oil and gas because Ardern pulled the old hand grenade on that, didn't she? And one of the world's most useless brain farts you could ever get, Ardern killed the golden goose out of Taranaki. But Jones is trying hard to bring all this stuff back. And the FastTrack announcements and I mean, honestly, in Parliament this week when I saw Shane taunting and baiting the opposition with his mining stories. And these useless opposition MPs that were just staring at Shane. They had no answers. They had no opposition. They had nothing. It was hopeless. And James was having a field day. But he's joining us now. He's live out of New Plymouth. Kia ora, Shane. Nice to have you on.
Hey, kia ora, bro.
Yeah, the meeting was huge, eh? You have to go again, do you?
Yeah. No, I had about, I don't know, it was packed out, and they've got another 180, 200 that have hung around to have a second go.
Wow, that's impressive. That's good. I mean, because we don't get many public meetings these days. It's a sort of a thing of the past.
Yeah, I remember Winston. He loves packing out the village halls. So I think by the end of the day, I don't know, being 450, 500 people.
That's good, eh? So have you announced CBD Mining in the area? What did you have to say?
Oh, the first thing I said, New Zealand First is definitely going to go ahead and create special economic zones with positive tax rates, limited planning restrictions for around the local port. We definitely stand on the side of industry and the expansion of mining off the coast. We've had a guts full of all this bloody weaponisation and trying to cancel people and exaggerating every bad thing you hear about mining, and then said, look, folks, the wealth of Taranaki is going downwards per capita because it's a struggle to create new industries. So support me. Yeah, there's risks, but there's risks associated with getting poor as well.
Well, I mean, I like your line, coal not dole or whatever it is, because at the end of the day, you've got to pay your way. And if we don't extract things, if we don't catch things out of the sea and don't extract things from the seabed and don't extract things from the from the hills, I mean, how do we pay? How does the opposition consider that we're going to pay for anything? I mean, where's the growth going to come from?
Yeah, well, the reality, mate, is that I don't know, mate. How did you and I mean, you're a bit. I'm born in 1959. How the hell have we ended up enveloped in this false belief that we don't need to extract, we don't need to grow, we don't need to exploit in New Zealand, that somehow we can outsource all of that responsibility to another part of the world. When did we start
and import coal rather than use our own good stuff out the back of Huntly?
Well, that's what we're doing, mate.
I know, yeah.
I mean, there was a sort of sand mining, iron sands business here in the past anyway. And yeah, it was on shore, but every time the Wanganui River vomits after a flood, where do you think all that goes to?
Yeah. Well, I just spoke to Ronnie Mark out of Carterton, and he said that they have to import their aggregate because they can't take the aggregate out of the rivers in Wairarapa. They're banned from... This is ridiculous, Shane.
Yeah, I mean, that's something that bloody I might have dropped the ball there. I need to re-engage with the other ministers to make sure that we've made that a permitted activity.
Yeah, but there's so much catching up to do, though, isn't there? I mean, you can't. I mean, I know. Yeah, there's such a long list of things to do. Are you at the stage now where you are starting to announce these companies that are coming in under the FastTrack? Because I see in Parliament this week, God, you were taunting Labor on that stuff, but it looks like you've got these companies now lining up to come in.
Yeah. No, there's a host of companies. They're coming back from overseas to meet with us. It takes a bit of effort to reassure them that we're not a one-night stand. I'm disappointed that we even have to go through that, because I don't think anyone appreciated that Jacinda's decision would have such a chilling effect. But I mean, that decision is still being supported by Labour today. That decision is still being trumpeted because there has not been any recent fines of oil and gas. Well, there won't be fines of oil and gas if you send the message to the rest of the world that is a dirty fuel. It is a fossilised approach to the economy. It's not welcome in New Zealand. Well, of course, people are going to go somewhere else where they're welcome.
Yeah, I've come across this in what I do in this job so often, that the investment didn't just walk away. It never again turned up. So you're talking billions of dollars that not only exited New Zealand, but they lost the faith in other industries as well. So they didn't therefore invest in New Zealand. When you say it's been chilling, it's been generic. It's been right across industries that we didn't even consider would be impacted. And so these international companies which had an agreement with New Zealand Inc. that, yep, this is the rules, they were suddenly changed and they've lost the faith and trust in you. You're going to have to spend 3 years trying to get it back.
Yeah, no, you're not wrong there. Kiwis should not underestimate how destructive the impact of Jacinda's decision was, but also, shoot home the responsibility for the closure of our firms because there's no more gas, because gas further exploration was chilled because they were told it has no role in this new green, clean, unicorn-kissing falsehood. And this is what's been taught to a lot of our younger generation. And yeah, I get accused of being a bit of a name caller and whatnot. No, but these people in their moral hysteria, bro, they've met their match in me. End of story.
Yeah. I saw someone ask you a question the other day in Parliament, one of the journalists, about the bycatch, with out at sea, a couple of seals might die or something in a bycatch, and you said, "Oh God, just stop catastrophizing everything." And I sort of had to giggle because, I mean, if you know anything about deep sea fishing, things die. It just happens.